That's me. In a sea of roughly 7,000 college freshmen, that's me, yet another college freshman. Here's the advice that I wish I had been given before coming to college. I'm rooting for you, so listen up. Load your card the night before. It saves you a lot of headaches the day of. Honestly, don't stress about what you're wearing for move-in day. Literally nobody cares about what you wore the first day that you came to campus. You're doing a lot of running around, so just dress accordingly. You can't always rely on stores in the area for last minute purchases because a lot of these stores will sell out on the most important items during the entire move-in period and they don't even restock. Get a dolly/cart of your own and bring that with you to campus. It honestly makes things go by a lot faster. You don't have to wait for carts. If you are curious as to what else you should be bringing with you to campus, check out my video on that. I made an entire ultimate packing list video for that. If you are rooming with someone random, get in contact with them as quickly and as soon as possible. It just makes things a lot less awkward when you meet them in person. Do be kind to your roommates because kindness goes a long way. You never know what's gonna happen when you're rooming with somebody who you don't even know. Set clear boundaries and make them known and actually communicate frequently with your roommate from the start of the school year. It helps you to avoid a lot of conflicts and awkward confrontations in the near future. Honestly, the first few days, weeks, even the first month of freshman year can be very chaotic, crazy, but also really fun because everyone's learning together and everyone's discovering new things. Genuinely, most people are pretty open to meeting new people during this time period. So as soon as possible, get to know the people who are living on your floor, get to know your neighbors, get familiar with them, get to know them. It just makes the entire dorm living experience so much more enjoyable, honestly, when you know the people you live with. Decorate your dorm. I don't care what people say about it because it is your home away from home. And yes, you're only there for 1 year, but then again, you're there for a whole year. Make it comfy, make it a place that you really enjoy coming back to after a long day. Be mindful of what you're doing and also how loud you are in the dorms, especially at night. The walls are so thin. And some of us honestly have been pretty scarred by what we've had to hear through the walls in the dorms. You're here at school for a reason. Hold on to and actually read through each and every one of your syllabi. This is basically your guide to the entire course. It includes a lot of important information on grading, the deadlines, the exams, different policies, contacting your professors. Hold on to that and actually read through it because it's very important. You don't actually always have to buy all of your books from the school bookstore. Books get really expensive and oftentimes you can actually find free versions of your required readings online if you dig deep enough. Wait through syllabus week or wait through the first week of classes before you go and make like a multi-$100 textbook purchase. I would say attend your classes religiously for the first few weeks. The workload is honestly pretty light for the first few days and weeks for freshmen, and so there's no harm in attending class. It gives you time to really understand the policies of the class, how it works, introduce yourself to the teacher and TAs, and also to sort of make alliances with people in that class because you're going to thank yourself later if you have people that you know in the class who can help to catch you up to speed if you happen to be sick or miss or skip a class. Familiarize yourself with your classes. It honestly helps out so much. You show that you're proactive. You can get a bit of a grade boost, the help that you need. Your teacher gets to know you. It can help in the long run if you actually need a final grade to get rounded up. Register as early as possible for classes. This is more so for second semester, but prioritize taking your gen ed classes over major specific classes. Helpful, especially if you are on the fence about your major or considering possibly switching majors. That way you wouldn't have wasted time in working towards a different major and your foundational requirements would have already been sorted out. Don't wait until the last minute to go see your academic advisor. They're there for a reason. Utilize that resource. Set clear academic goals and honestly work towards them. If you're very curious about how to be setting these goals, also check out another video that I made all about goal setting. I highly recommend it. Avoid procrastination. Start your assignments as early as possible because the work piles up, honestly. I can't stress enough, pulling all-nighters should not be happening frequently. It's usually never worth the struggle to be doing back-to-back all-nighters. Don't be afraid to reach out to a teacher for an extension on an assignment if you are sick or you just need it, but do be mindful. They are not obligated in any way to grant you that extension. Find an academic organization system that works specifically for you. I have one that helps me out with figuring out my assignment progress and tracking the due dates and the deadlines. If you're interested in finding ways to stay organized academically, I plan on making a video on that in the coming weeks and months. So in order to not miss out on it, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on it. Work on your time management skills and be honest in understanding your study habits. I learned that there were specific subjects in which I just couldn't bring myself to successfully study when I was studying with a group of friends. Knowing how and where you study best honestly will save you so many headaches in the future, and it makes all the difference academically. Go to at least one sporting event with friends, even if you're not super into sports. The energy at home games in and of itself is a super fun experience, honestly, to have, especially as a freshman. College is an opportunity to reinvent yourself and improve, but remember to stay genuine and true to yourself and your morals. Don't pretend to be somebody that you know you're not. Be ready for the possibility of losing old friends, making new ones, growing apart from other people and closer to some people. It's something that people don't always talk about, but it is something that certainly does happen. Some people try to jump straight into the dating and relationship scene during their freshman year, especially during the first semester. Honestly, I advise that you don't do this. It gets pretty messy pretty quickly from what I've personally witnessed happen to others. Oftentimes it just does not last. Know that friends can be made in a variety of ways and through a variety of different channels, whether you are an extrovert or an introvert. You can be social through a lot of ways, but one of the most popular ways is parties, going out to frats, and also, if you're of age, going to bars. Now, I go to a huge party school, so going to frats is a huge part of the freshman experience. Personally, through a couple of weekends, I've learned that I do not really enjoy the frat scene very much. And honestly, to me, frats are pretty gross and overrated at times. Take that as you will. But if you do want to go to frats or parties, always bring water, wear shoes that you are willing to get ruined and to get very dirty. Always arrive, stay, and leave with a trustworthy buddy and group of friends. If you ever choose to party in the first place, please do so responsibly. I don't care for or condone underage drinking, the use of substances, so do know your limits. It's okay to say no. Always be aware of your surroundings. If you're ever out and about at night, decide to split off from a group of friends, tell them where you're going and text them when you get there. Don't cave to peer pressure. If you don't want to do something or to go somewhere, you do not have to do it. You're not obliged to. Do not be afraid to set boundaries with people on when or how often you want to go out or hang out. For about 90% of us, do remember that being at school, your main priority is to be a scholar. So do not let having a social life get in the way of achieving good grades and being a healthy academic. Extracurriculars, jobs, internships. Do attend your university's organization and extracurricular fair. It's honestly really fun. Even if you didn't know you would join anything, there's usually a lot of freebies, really cool demonstrations, and you just learn a lot about what your school has to offer. Get involved in extracurriculars, clubs, and organizations as early as you can, but do not overdo it. Different groups are going to require different time commitments and different levels of commitment. So choose what works best for you and your schedule. If you don't know exactly what to look for, I highly recommend looking for these 4 kinds of categories: primarily professional clubs like business frats and whatnot, career-oriented or major-related clubs, cultural clubs to connect with people of a similar cultural background, faith-based organizations so that you can strengthen your beliefs and your faith with other people in your campus community, and also general clubs, which just appeal to your hobbies and curiosities and personal interests. Most clubs are going to have membership fees, so be prepared to pay for that. If you're thinking of getting a part-time job while you're on campus, the best time to start looking is now during the summer. You can start searching during the school year too, but I can't guarantee that it's going to be as easy or convenient to find and land a more desirable job. I started my job search the summer before entering in my freshman year. I feel like that actually gave me a bit of an advantage in finding a more desirable job opening. Similarly, if you're ambitious and would like to land an internship the summer after your freshman year, it's best to start your search sooner rather than later, because a lot of companies sometimes will start their recruiting process in the fall semester, so be alert. Be open to rejection. Be okay with rejection, because depending on this field of study, it can be a lot more difficult for freshmen to break into internships. So if you do get rejected, don't take it too personally. Don't let it hold you back from actually achieving your full potential and from continuing to put yourself out there. because developing personally is just as important as developing professionally and academically. Do not ignore your well-being when you are in college. Take advantage of the different resources that your school has to offer, especially if it's free or something that's included in tuition. Don't let your meal swipes go to waste. Actually check out the gym and the recreational facilities. If you're feeling unwell, go to the health clinic. If you need resume or cover letter help, go to your school's career center. Resources are just available for a reason. Many students actually go through college basically paying for these things and not even using them. If you feel too tired or sick, literally do not go to lecture. Don't show up to lecture. Don't get other people sick. You're just not going to be able to learn as well if you're not feeling at your best. Email your professor to explain the situation if you need to, and take that time off to rest and to rejuvenate and get better. Do listen to your body. College burnout hits a lot more differently than high school burnout. Call your parents often and try to keep in touch with people from back home. It's honestly a really important habit to have, and it's better to start it as soon as you can. Above all, exercise responsible independence. Learn to do things on your own and alone. It's easy to feel a little bit lost, and you'll be really tempted to constantly be hanging out with people. But no matter what you're doing, do keep in mind that there will be times that you're gonna have to do things on your own. You'll have to go to classes on your own. You're gonna have to go to meetings on your own. You're gonna have to join clubs on your own. You're gonna have to do all sorts of things on your own without someone constantly holding your hand through it all. So you need to learn on your own to be by yourself, both inside and outside of the classroom. The sooner that you learn that, the better. Lastly, take your freshman year one step and one day at a time. It's certainly a very unique time, and it goes by super duper fast. Sometimes things are gonna happen, you're gonna look and it won't even make sense. But once you finally look back on it all, a lot of times things will start to make sense, and you'll be able to see just how far you've come and how much you've been able to grow. So that's all I've got. If this helps you at all in your college or freshman journey, please let me know down below, and also like and subscribe for more content that will be coming out soon that is exactly like this. If you plan to follow any of this advice, or you have any college advice to pass on of your own, let me know in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in my next video.